Hi all. So we're on the last day, and there's about 10 hours to go until 8 p.m. tonight. And I'm not going to celebrate, but it is looking like we're going to make it. The reason I'm not celebrating is because people can cancel their pledges, you know, as we come closer to the end. And even though we've got a bit of a buffer here, you know, you can never be too careful. And if anyone knows my history, I celebrated once a little bit too soon with the Gateway deal, and look what happened there. So I'll do my celebrating tonight at 8 o'clock. Hopefully you'll all be along to join in on the stream. But I mean, it's 5% above. I'm 105% of target, so it is looking good. But I thought there's a couple of points I want to make clear, so people are aware. So let's first of all cover the thing of shipping. Now I know, and I'm exactly the same, get really frustrated that when, and I'm not laying accusations to anyone here, but I know it's very frustrating when you back a pledge and then you don't get that some other people are outside who pledge after Kickstarter get theirs first. So I am not going to do that. I am not taking pre-orders. When this Kickstarter's finished, I will not be taking any pre-orders. The only way you're going to get it is when the pledges are shipped in May. Then you will be able to place an order for the next batch. Now the next batch will probably be a month or two after that. So the reason for that is because, again, this is not my day job, and it's just too complicated to be doing that. So if you want to guarantee you get it by the end of the May time period, or maybe sooner, but if you want to get it, you know, when everyone else gets theirs, then you need to pledge now. Now the only proviso on this is there are a handful of people who have said to me that they want to pay by PayPal and Kickstarter doesn't support it and they haven't got any other way of paying for it. If that is the case, if you send me an email by the end of play today, no, I'll give you till tomorrow basically. If you send an email to me, say I need to pay by PayPal and I can't, what I'm going to do is I'm going to they're the only people I'm going to accept, but they have to. In fact, to be honest, it's going. Now let's make it by 8 o'clock. So you're basically proving to me you can't do it. And this is not me being snotty. It's just I'm trying to be fair to everyone here. So if you can't do it by card or the way that Kickstarter wants you to pay for it, email me before 8 p.m. tonight. I've already actually had 2 or 3 emails come in. So, and what I'll do is you'll go right to the back of the queue, obviously, but you will get that first batch, and then we'll sort out actual PayPal payments at a suitable time, probably in the next couple of weeks or something like that, and I'll add it to the pot. But at least then I know that you know you've joined in this pledge as far as I'm concerned, but you've not been able to pay for it through Kickstarter. So that's that. Now as far as shipping's concerned, I'm literally going to, because I get given a list: pledge number 1, pledge number 2, pledge number 3. So as we ship them out, we will be going, because my software does an invoicing system with the numbers generated by that number, and they will go out in that order. Now they're probably going to go out batches of 50, 30, 40, 50, something like that, but they will go out in that order. Now there is a couple of provisos to that. The first one being, well, there's one proviso. It may be that you have to come out of that shipment because you want something that's not made by us. So we're planning on having everything that we're going to manufacture to ship with it in time, including the expansion boards, because I've got plenty of time to do that. So unless there's any disasters, there shouldn't be anything holding it up for the stuff that I stock. So nothing should hold that up. If, however, you want extra, say for example you want a PC build, and you want me to build that, because I will be putting some nice attractive packages together, that can delay it, because then I'm dealing with external stock. So you may fall off your number. It may not go in sequence, but again, it will be delivered in a fair time. Another thing is a number of people have ordered multiple cases, which is cool because it's helped get the numbers up. But you have to be aware that if they then, and I don't know if they're dealers or if they're just collectors or what they are, and I have no reason, and I appreciate them purchasing, totally. I'm just being warning everyone else. So if you do see these come up on sale, talk to me, because I promise you I am not shipping to any, I haven't even sorted out any dealers at all. I'll be talking to dealers, and well, I'll probably be talking to dealers during the whole run of this, but nothing will be shipped until after I've shipped the pledges. Now I can only really promise this, and the only reason, and I'm not being holier than thou here, but I'm in the lucky position that this is not my day job. People who have made it their day job, they are under different constraints, different pressures, and so sometimes, you know, money needs to come in, they need to do that, and I'm not criticizing anyone, but I'm going to try and be fair to everyone on this. So that's as far as shipments. So if you do see a bunch being sold, that's just people bought the cases, sold them on. There's nothing I can do about that. So that's nothing to do with me. But you won't see any, well, if you do see any dealers advertising, don't worry about it, because they're going to get them afterwards. Okay. And of course I'm saying this because then you can shoot me down in flames if I don't, you know, you know, so I will say now, of course, if anything goes wrong with my job, which I've had for 10 years, if anything goes wrong with that and suddenly I do have to make a living and someone offers to buy 1,000 off of me, they will still get done at the end, but you may find theirs goes out almost the same day as the last number goes out, so it'll be a very quick turnaround. But I will ship out the pledges first. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be in that same kind of batch run, albeit at the, well, in order, you need to get your order on the Kickstarter. Now, I know this is a way of bumping up the numbers, obviously, but it does help the whole process, because the more I get, the more cash I'll have, because I've already spoken about wanting to do a really nice packaging. At the moment, it's basically, it's going to be packaged in a triple box, very strong, very up to the job, but not the prettiest box in the world. It's just a brown box. So, but what I do want to do is, I've already spoken to Paul, who did all the graphics, or some of the graphics that you've seen, the mock-ups of the cases, to design me a really nice case cover, or maybe even the whole box, because I like the idea of it being like the Amiga 1000 box, which I never owned. So, and I want the unboxing experience to be good for people, so we're going to put some extra funds into that. And so the more we get, the better it'll be for everyone. So that's the shipping. And if you want to, so what I'm trying to say is, I've got 400 followers still. If you're serious about wanting to get a case, there will be no pre-orders. Okay, I will not be taking pre-orders after the Kickstarter. I will have I will create a list of people, and you can email me anytime and say I want to buy a case and go on the waiting list. And as soon as the I'm ready to, once we've shipped out all the pledges, then we'll be getting in touch, because we'll probably need a breather, probably a month to have a breather, and then we'll start taking in you know, the orders for the next batch that will go out, obviously. So that's a separate entity. So if you do want to get them quicker, you need to get onto this Kickstarter. Before the message was, obviously, we need to make it survive. It is looking, or in fact, let me, now you notice I've got here my basically, now this is, you know, I'm mocking this screen up, but my mum sitting behind me runs this. So and this is Amiga Forever. So if you buy a PC, you're going to get a complete Amiga Forever and AmiKit bundle, which will do what I'm doing now. So as you can see, I'm running AmiKit, and it's just like, it's acting like a layer over top. It's a full emulation package, but it's kind of taking over the whole display. But we have this rabbit hole feature, which I think is fantastic. So let's load up Chrome, and then we'll go to Kickstarter, and let's have a look at this. So it's still going up. Okay, it's still going up. As you can see, it's 82,327. But if I go to the dashboard and scroll down, I'm actually probably talking, you can see we've gone past the goal. And I was concerned about cancellation, but I think we've got quite a big buffer now, so I think that anyone cancels, hopefully, I don't think it's going to affect things. But again, I'm not going to get excited till later. But you can see this number here. Project follows 440, 128 have converted, and it's a 30% conversion, 29% conversion rate. Now, that leaves that leaves 310 people who are still interested in the project. Now, if you're interested in it, but if you think there's going to be, you want to see if it's a success, and then you're expecting, like others do, where they do pre-orders. As I said, there'll be a next batch list, okay, which you'll be able to email in, and I'll have your details, and then when we're ready at the end of the shipment, I will contact everyone and say this is how you go about ordering. But there will be no more orders, and except the PayPal thing, if you get it into, you know, by the end of play today. I think that's a fair way of doing it. If you can't do it on Kickstarter through PayPal, get it to me today by 8 o'clock, and then I'll honour those and put them in this list. But for those that can, so there's a lot of people there. If you are, if you're just watching it fascinated, great. You know, maybe we'll catch you later. I'm really happy to have you along. If you're thinking of seriously doing it, you're waiting for the after. There will be no, as I said, there will be no after until I've shipped to the Kickstarters. The one thing I did like, and I was a big fan of Oculus, and the one they handled theirs very well. Don't get me wrong, there's always problems, and I expect there to be problems with this one and complaints, and there's nothing I can do about that. It's life. But I'm going to try and set this out straight away. They did it great. They shipped to all the people, and then I think that was a good model, and they had lovely packaging. Now, I don't know if I can compete with the packaging, but I do want to try and do my best on that. So yeah, so if you do want to get involved, please, you know, please get on the pledge list, add your order in before the Kickstart finishes, and we are up to a great number here, and as you can see, I mean, it's literally shot great, gone to the moon. So hopefully you've now I will be, as I said, I will be online at 8 o'clock, sorry, 7 o'clock tonight, which is Greenwich Mean Time. There is a underneath this update, there is a link, I think, to it. If there's not, I'll add it. But as you can see, you know, this is what you're going to be ordering. As some people ask, yes, once this is done, and it'll probably be 3 or 4 weeks before this is set up properly, but you'll be able to customize your order, and then you'll get a balance at the end of it, what's owed, and then I won't be chasing you for the money because I've already got your money for the case, but we can't ship until you have paid, and we have systems in place. So it'll be like the last month. I want the balance, and as long as that balance is paid in, like, before your turn comes, then of course, oh, here comes the cat. As long as that happens, then we'll be laughing, basically. She's come to say hello. So I'll tell you what, for those who like cats, I never thought I'd be a cat person, but there's my cat. There you go. And the other thing, I think some people have got an ulterior motive for me to get to 90k. They want me to do another dance. I'm trying to talk the wife into joining me, but it's a bit of a small space. But there's going to be a whole load of rock and roll dancers here, so you might actually get a load of us in here doing it. I don't know yet, but only if you reach 90k. If that's not a stretch goal, I don't know what is. But again, thank you for your support on this. It does mean an awful lot. The emotion might come out later, I don't know, but I'm a bit guarded at the moment. But yeah, so thanks very much. Again, if you want it quick, if you want to get it with the same, in the same time as the other Kickstarters in the queue, then, as I said, get in touch or pledge. And if you have to do it by PayPal, then email me by 8 p.m. I mean, the cutoff is 8 p.m. So please do that, and I'll be happy to stick you on the end of the list. I think the next batch will probably be a couple of months later on, because I will need a breather. I've got to be honest. As I said, I have a day job to do, and I can't let them down. And so it's gonna be hard work just to get this batch out. And if I struggle to be, if maybe communication gets a bit lax, it's just maybe I'm getting too much, because I've already been overwhelmed by the messages coming through and trying to keep up with them all. So anyway, this was the original 1500. That's the new 1500. And I look forward to sending them off to you. And for those who apologise for not being able to afford it, because you know I said please don't pledge if you can't afford it. Please, you know, look, I know exactly what it's like being tight for money, so I didn't want anyone to get themselves in any kind of problem. And at the end of the day, there'll be plenty of time for you to get one. So I think that's it. Waffled long enough. I will speak to you soon. So thanks very much for your support, and let's hope we can do some more things, you know, as we go along, because this is bigger picture than just a case. And more details on that will come as we go ahead. All right, thanks very much, and again, I will speak to you soon.